What up guys, SuperMetal983 here bringing us another updates and purchases, and this is number 34. I know it's been like 2 months since my last one. I was planning to do one just after your birthday, May 19th, for those who are wondering, but things got really busy and I couldn't exactly do it then, so apologies for that. And I recorded like 2 takes of this updates and purchases the other day, and it resulted to like 50 minutes plus, and I was just like, yeah, I've already done a long one like that, and I don't feel like doing one again. So, yeah, we're going to try this again for the 3rd time, so let's see how this pans out. But yeah, got a couple of updates here for you. The first one being, I'm going to be debuting something new in my updates and purchases number 35, which is the next one coming up. It's something that I've been working on the past, I don't know, 2 months or so. I've been getting the bits and bobs together to get it, like, to make it happen, you know, and I'm hoping to debut it in the next updates and purchases. For those who know me personally, they'll know exactly what it is and how excited I am for it. Those who don't know, you'll have to wait, unfortunately. Sorry, but don't bother inboxes saying like, oh, what is it, what's it? Don't bother, because I'm not going to tell you. It's going to happen. Updates and purchase 35, mark that down in your calendars whenever it comes about. Anyway, and the other update that I'm going to be seeing is it's going to be appearing in the next updates and purchases, so you'll have to wait. I got a couple of new tattoos the couple of weeks back for my birthday, and they're still scabby and stuff, but I'd rather wait for a little bit and showcase them when they're all healed and stuff, rather than showing you my scabby arm. So yep, so that's another thing to look forward to, so keep that in mind when the updates and purchases 35 comes about. Next up, we're going to do the usual shout-outs. I got 3 this time around. One's kind of like a bonus one, but we'll get to that in a second. The first one we're going to be talking about is Brainsmasher. Awesome YouTuber. I've been subscribed to him for a couple of months now, and I'm really enjoying his content. I've been discovering a hell of a lot of black metal bands through him. Very underground stuff, very necro sounding and quite ambient and stuff like that. If you're into that sort of style of black metal, then check this guy out, link down below. Next YouTuber we're going to be talking about is Life Eternal. I think this guy's relatively new to YouTube, could be wrong, but yeah, he's mainly been showcasing his CDs a lot lately, his CD collection, but he's been doing it by genre, by like power metal, death metal, thrash metal, black metal, etc, etc. And I've been really enjoying the content so far, so make sure you check this guy out. Link down below. He deserves more subscribers than he's got at the moment, so make sure you check him out. Next YouTuber we're going to be talking about, and this is kind of the bonus one, because he's been mentioned us that much, I thought, you know what, I'm going to throw him in this updates and purchases as well, and that's me bro, Metal Viking 82. Awesome dude, awesome YouTuber. He's been giving us a lot of shout outs, and I really appreciate it. His taste is just fucking awesome, from the brutalest of brutal to the most melodic of melodic. It's absolutely fucking awesome to see such a varied metalhead like myself. So thumbs up to that dude, and make sure to subscribe to him. And if he ends up watching this, hails from Sunderland, dude. Hope you enjoying life. Anyway, we've got the purchases to get on to now. The first one is the game. I got this the other day, and this is Borderlands. Now, if you're from, people obviously know of this game, and everyone says it's awesome. I've never played it yet, so I've seen my mate Sean play this quite a few times, and I've really enjoyed what it looked like, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to pick it up at one point, and I saw it in Granger Games for £2, so I just thought, you know, fuck it, I might as well buy it. I haven't played it yet, but when I get some free time, I'm definitely going to play it, because it looks fucking awesome. And I've heard it's quite hilarious, so yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that. It'll be awesome to play a new game finally. Next up, got a couple of Marvel DVDs, because my work had like a sale, I think it was 2 for $10 or something like that. And then obviously with a discount on top of that, I just couldn't help myself. So I got 2 more for the collection. I got Captain America, The Winter Soldier. In my opinion, not the greatest Marvel movie that they've done, but it's still pretty good, and I'm happy to have it in my DVD collection. But this one I'm more happy about. I think this one's fucking awesome. I think this is one of the best Marvel films that they've done so far. I think this gets very close to Ant-Man, in my opinion. That's how good it is. Like, Iron Man is probably my favourite, or the one that started us off necessarily, but I still love Avengers, and especially the new one, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. You need to see it if you haven't seen it. It's so good. Anyway, I'm talking about Ant-Man. This one blew me socks off when I first watched it. Me and my girlfriend started the Marvel series in the aim to watch them all the way up to whenever we saw, I think it was Captain America Civil War, but that never happened, so yeah. Anyway, and we watched the rest of them, and this one was one of them that I hadn't seen when I first watched it. I was pissing myself laughing, so I had to pick up a DVD copy, so I'm really happy about this. It's a great film. If you haven't seen it, then there's something wrong here, so yeah. Check out those. Yeah, cup of tea is always good. Anyway, let's go on to shirts. First one, I mentioned this in me updates and purchases 33. And I got Dark Ian's The Sinister Supremacy CD, and I said I ordered the t-shirt, and this is that t-shirt, a variation on the artwork, very, very nice, and on the back it's got some lyrics for the Dark Ian emblem. Lyrics are, "This monstrosity, the sinister supremacy, will be my legacy." Really cool set of lyrics, really happy about this, and I'm really stoked to have that shirt. Alright. Next one is another one. I got these two from eBay. This next one, it's kind of like a bootleg kind of thing, but I don't care. I absolutely love this album. And this is Havok, Time Is Up artwork shirt. Really sick design, really love it. And on the back it says kind of like records. I got this prior to updates and purchases 33, but I got it in medium, and there was a bit of discolour on there, and it was far too small on us, so I sent it back. But I knew straight away it was going to be like that because it was a bootleg, so what can you do? But yeah, I sent it back, told them about the discolour. They sent us a large one with a better colour print, so I'm really happy about that. So one of the best thrash albums, if you ask me. I just need to get it in my collection. But yeah, next ones are the ones that I got from bands and stuff. The first one is this A Day to Remember top of the Bad Vibrations artwork. Really nice design, and a couple of European dates on there. I wasn't at any of them, but I had to get this shirt because I absolutely love this album. If you haven't heard this album, definitely check it out. It's excellent stuff. Next up, now I struggle to pronounce this band, so anyone who loves bad pronunciation, prepare to laugh your tits off. I think this is Ninkharsag. I think that's how it's pronounced. Black metal band from the UK. Really happy to have this shirt. This is the album artwork shirt of their album, The Blood of Celestial Kings. I got the CD, which you'll see in a bit, but I really love this design, and I really love their logo, so I had to pick it up. That cool back design. Really, really happy with that. It's about time I got another black metal top in my collection. Next up, I really enjoy this band at the moment. Really solid progressive metalcore from the UK. No Sin Evades His Gears. Awesome, awesome design that. Look at that, man. Sick as fuck. No Sin Evades His Gears. And on the bottom it has, I fear neither death nor deity. I think that's how it's pronounced. Yeah. Really sick design. Really, really happy to have that. And make sure you check out their new album. It's so good. Alright, next up, as you know, I've done a single review for From Sorrow to Serenity for their new single, The Golden Age. Really awesome single, make sure you check it out. I'll leave a link in the description of where you can check out the video and a review on it, so yeah. But I went to see them live at Jumpin' Jacks not too long after that single was released. And I picked up a copy of their debut album, which you'll see in a bit. But I also picked up this shirt of them. A really nice pocket design. I'm in love with pocket designs at the moment. But it's got their emblem there, and then on the back at the bottom it's got a logo. It's kind of like a creamy, kind of goldy kind of colour. Really, really nice. I love that shirt. Really happy with it. Next one, it's not really a band top. It's just like you could say it's streetwear, you could say it's band merch. I don't really care. It just looks mint. But this is the Nordvis and Bindrune Northern Alliance top. Yeah, look at that design, man. Absolutely incredible. It's called Northern Alliance. It's basically an alliance between the two labels, Nordvis and Bindrune Recordings. and they're doing a shirt for it. And as soon as I seen the shirt, I was like, I need to have that. Kind of has a bit of a Agalloch kind of panopticon kind of vibe to it, so I definitely had to get that. So yeah, make sure you check out both those labels, Nordvis and Bindrune. I'll leave some links down below and you can check them out. If you're into atmospheric black metal, there's no better labels, honestly. Alright, now on to the Impericon shit, because you know I love Impericon. These first lot are ones that I bought for myself over the past 2 months. First one is Aversion's Crown, Xenocide artwork. Absolutely love this design, very bright, and this album is absolutely fucking sick. If you haven't heard it and you're into deathcore, have some words with yourself, seriously. But yeah, excellent design and really good quality print. Really happy about that. Next up, I went to see Bury Tomorrow on their UK tour with Crossfaith, Black Peaks and Any Given Day. And they had a tour top with the Earthbound artwork like on the front and 2 idiots on the back. And I wasn't massively keen on it. I was saying to my girlfriend, I was like, that'll probably be a top that I'd just buy, wear once, and then never wear again. And she was like, well, what about that one that you saw on Impericon? And I was like, that's not a bad idea. I'm probably just going to get that tomorrow. And I ended up getting it the next day, so I'm really happy to have this. This is Bury Tomorrow with the Earthbound artwork shirt, pocket design. As I said, love pocket designs at the moment. And on the back, it's got Bury Tomorrow, Earthbound. Really awesome shirt. I'm really happy to have this. One of my favourites at the moment. I think Bury Tomorrow is one of those bands that have grew on me exponentially over the past couple of months, and I fucking love them now, so what more can I say? And next up, we had another pocket design, but this one was kind of like a replacement for another shirt that I had, because I had a Despised Icon shirt, as you know, and it was the Rest in Peace top, and because they're still together, I thought it's a bit stupid to have that, so I put that in the charity and bought myself a new one. And this is the Inner Demons shirt with the pocket design Despised Icon yellow logo. Really awesome. And on the back, it's got this sick print on the back. Absolutely love that design. As soon as I seen it, I was like, I fucking have to get that. And it says Dig Deeper on there, and yeah, just absolutely love that design. It's sick as fuck. Anyway, and if anyone wants to know my thoughts on the new album Beast, very fucking awesome. Anyway, and the other one I really wanted to get was this Last 10 Seconds of Life artwork shirt with the logo on the front, kind of a cleaner version of the logo, because I know it's got a bit of like distortion and stuff on, but yeah, really love that design. And on the back, it's got the album artwork for the Violent Sound. Absolutely love this album and absolutely love this band. I think this new album, what they've put out, the Violent Sound, is just like so goddamn good. I think it's easily the best thing they've put out so far. Period. Anyway, next are the final 4 shirts, all from Impericon, and all these were given to us by my girlfriend for my birthday, and I can't thank her enough. She did say though that one of the shirts was from a mum, which she just said one of them's from my mum. I don't know which one, so I just went, okay. So yeah, I got 2 pocket designs. First one is of Mice and Men, and this has got the emblem on the front, and on the back it's got Pain. Really awesome design. It's quite simple compared to most of the pocket design shirts that I've got, but I really dig it. I love them, Mice and Men. I think their new singles that they put out so far have been solid as fuck. So yeah, make sure you check out of Mice and Men's new singles, by the way. I might leave some links in the description if I can be bothered. Anyway, another pocket design shirt she got us, and the final pocket design shirt I'm going to showcase is this While She Sleeps top with the emblem on the pocket, and on the back it's got While She Sleeps, You Are We, Sheffield, United Kingdom. Really amazing design. I really dig this a lot. I think While She Sleeps' new album's fucking awesome. Bit of a spoiler, but oh well. Really happy to have that, because the one that I had previously, I've gave to my girlfriend. I just said, yeah, you can have that one. I don't wear it as much, so she got us that one as a kind of replacement. So thanks, babe. Love you loads, as you know. Alright, the next one is Memphis Mayfire. This is the This Light I Hold artwork, kind of print, design, whatever. It's got a like exploding bulb on there. Memphis Mayfire, This Light I Hold. And on the bottom, it's got a set of lyrics. It says, You should know by now, you can't just push me out. I will not let this go. Yeah. As you know, I love this album. I think Memphis Mayfire are fucking awesome. Make sure you check out my review of This Light I Hold. I'll leave a link down below if you're interested. Yeah, and the final one is a band that I never ever in my lifetime thought I would own a shirt of, but they've grew on us so much, I thought, you know what, I don't care what people think. I absolutely love this band. I think they're fucking awesome, but haters are gonna hate. But I got myself a Aston Alexandria top of Stand Up and Scream. I absolutely love this shirt. I haven't wore it yet, so much for loving it, but yeah, I really like this design, and I'm so happy that my girlfriend got us it. I absolutely love it. So thanks to those, babe. Love you loads yet again. So yeah, and now on to the CDs. We've got quite a few to get through. Just going to read just a little bit. Right, we've got quite a few, so I'm going to try and whittle through these as quick as I can. The first one, Eelstorm, Black Seals at Midnight. This is the special edition I've been after for so long, but I finally own it. Comes in a slipcase, and you open it up. Got a DVD of them live at Wyattxhim in 2008. But yeah, this album is absolutely fucking awesome, and I cannot wait to pick up their new album, because it's godly. Next up, Any Given Day, Everlasting, as you can see, signed by the entire band. Great album, once again, from Any Given Day. Definitely need to check them out if you're into melodic metalcore, kind of like Caliban. If you're into that, check it out. I got a couple of Architects albums. I got Hollow Ground, really solid album. And I also got Lost Forever, Lost Together, the album that made us click with Architects. Great album. Next up, As Blood Runs Black with Allegiance. Classic deathcore album. So happy to have it in my collection. If you haven't heard this album before, then there's something wrong here. Especially if you're in a deathcore and you haven't heard that album. Wow. Anyway, next up, I got the shirt, as you see. Aversion's Crown, Xenocide. I'm thinking about reviewing this album because it's one of the best deathcore releases of 2017. Excellent, excellent album. Next up, this is probably going to be my super metal recommendations in my next episode that I do. And that is Batjuska with... I can't remember how to pronounce it. But yeah, this album, if you're into black metal, this will blow your teeth off. So fucking good. Easily a 10 out of 10. Next up, Between the Buried and Me, The Parallax 2, Future Sequence. Finally happy to own this. Really happy. Next up, this band finally clicked with me. I'm so happy that they finally clicked, because this is an awesome... Well, these two albums are fucking awesome. Hollow Bodies, great album, but not as great in my opinion as their latest album, To Those Left Behind. Excuse me. What an album. Seriously, what an album. I'm hopefully going to see them on their UK tour when they come. Can't remember when it is, but I'm definitely going to go and try and see them. Definitely going to try and see them. Yeah. Anyway, next up, Balzer with Aura. Really solid black metal EP. If you haven't checked this out, definitely do so. I'm hopefully going to pick up their album Hero, I think it's called, and definitely going to pick that up. Next up, Borknagar with Winter Thrice. I completely forgot this album was from 2016, and I wish I'd remembered, because this album is so good. Like, honestly, I think this is the best album they've done so far. Special edition digipack with a patch, which is definitely going on my next jacket. Yeah, what a album. This is just perfect. I think the past couple of albums have been a bit more blackened, but this one feels a lot more progressive and a bit more majestic, and there's a bit more majesty to it in all honesty. But yeah, check it out if you haven't already. Borknagar, Winter Thrice. I got this for a steal. This was like £3 with £1.30 postage or something on eBay. The Charm, the Fury with The Sick, Dumb and Happy. What a album. If you're into sheer riffs, this is definitely for you. Excellent album. Next up, Chthonic with Boutique. Really good melodic black metal. Cathalist. I can't remember how to pronounce this album, and I'm not even going to attempt it, but if you're into some dark death metal, definitely check this out. Excellent stuff. Next up, the new Cut Up album, Wherever They May Rot. really solid death metal album, and I've just dropped it on the floor. Well fucking done, Ryan. Great way to look professional. I'm back. Right, next up, Delhi Plaza with Deliver Us. Another solid album from these guys. I only need their EPs now, but I'm really happy to own their studio albums so far. Next up, I've got a couple of albums from this band. I got The Devil Wears Prada with Plagues. Solid album. Really happy to own that. Next up, this came in the post the other day. The Devil Wears Prada Space EP. Really happy to own this. This one's really grown on me a lot lately. I think this is an absolutely solid EP. If you haven't heard this, definitely check it out. And the final one of The Devil Wears Prada, and this pile right here, is The Devil Wears Prada with Transit Blues. Yeah, if you can see this artwork. There we are. Yeah, really solid album. I was very surprised by this one. It took us a while for the past albums to click in with us, but I decided to give this one a spin, and I really, really enjoyed it. So my girlfriend bought us this when we bought it, so thanks, babe. Love you loads. Alright, which pile's next? Oh, this one here. And so let's just move things over slightly. Next up, one of my favourite power metal albums, Dragon Force, The Power Within. This album took me so long to find, pick up for a decent price. Like, it's going for like, I think somewhere I found it for like 16 quid on average, and I was like, I'm not paying that. And I found it on Amazon for quite cheap, so I thought, you know, I'm just going to pick it up. So I'm really happy to own this album. If you haven't heard the song Cry Thunder, wow, what a song. And what an album, I might as well say. Best thing Dragon Force put out, in my opinion, or have put out. Yeah. Anyway, next up, the album that inspired me tattoo, Drowningpool Resilience. Really solid album from these guys. I think it's better than the new album, but I don't think it's as good as Sinners. That's just my opinion anyway, but solid album. If you haven't heard the song Die For Nothing and One Finger and a Fist, definitely check those songs out. Killer stuff. Next up, Eastern Front with Empire. I got this for like 20 pence in a cash converters. Once in a blue moon, going to cash converters, and I found Eminem's The Marshall Mathers LP 2. Really happy to have that. Gonna give it a spin at some point. The only song I know is Rap God, but oh well. Alright, I'm gonna move. Alright. Next up, I've reviewed this album, so check it out. Emmure, Look At Yourself. I'm not gonna say anything. Link down below where you can check out my thoughts on it. Actually, bit of a spoiler. It's awesome. Next up, Every Time I Die, from Parts Unknown. Good album. Starting to pick up a bit more Every Time I Die lately, so yeah, really happy about that. Next up, I forgot to showcase these in a previous updates and purchases. I got them quite a while back and I completely forgot about it. So yeah, I got the 2 CDs from the band Filth from America. If you're into down tempo, then definitely check these out. But I got their debut EP, Tales from the Gutter. This EP is fucking solid, heavy as fuck, crushing, just so gritty and dirty. I love it. And I've also got their new EP, God Has a Plan. Yeah, not as solid as Tales from the Gutter, but still heavy as fucking balls. Next up, as I said, I got from Serenity's debut album, Remnant of Humanity. Was it Remnant? Yeah, Remnant of Humanity. Solid. If you're into genty, progressive deathcore kind of stuff, then check this out, featuring guest vocals from Scott from Scott from Bleed From Within, Aaron from Betraying the Martyrs, and CG from Thy Art Is Murder. So, really solid release if you ask me. Next up, Ghostbath with Star Mourner. In my opinion, I think this album is awesome. I think it's definitely better than Moon Lover. But yeah, really solid album. Really happy to have that. Got that also from a state. I think I got 3 quid with £1.30 postage. Same guy that I got the Charm of the Fury from. So that's fucking awesome, that deal. Next up, I got a couple of Hate albums. Been wanting to update my Hate collection for a while now, and I finally found a couple, and my girlfriend got us a CD of them. So yeah, the first one is Awakening of the Liar, a bit of an older one. The album that got us into Brighton death metal in general, Morphosis, solid album, absolutely love this. Next up, Crusade Zero, Digipack, solid album, not the greatest album in my opinion, but still good. And my girlfriend got us this for my birthday, their new album, which is called Tremendum. I think that's how it's pronounced. Absolutely love this album. I think this is sick as fuck. I think this is like one of the most solid sounding hate albums so far. I think it doesn't obviously top Erebor, but nothing ever will. But solid album. Next up, I've reviewed this, but I haven't put it live yet. I probably should at some point, but probably by the time this video goes up, it'll be live. But we'll see what happens. Havok with Conformicide. One of the best albums of this year. Absolutely amazing. If you're into thrash metal and you haven't checked this out, it's fucking awesome. The bass work is to die for. It's absolutely incredible. Next up, I Prevail with Lifelines. A great solid post-hardcore album from last year. Check them out. Next up, a criminally underrated deathcore band. I Shall Devour, and this is their debut EP, Manipulation. I think that's how it's pronounced. Manipulation. Manipulation. I think that's how it's pronounced. Solid EP. And I also got their debut album, The Misanthropist. Yeah, this album just fucking kills. It's so eviscerating. Love it. Nope. I think I've done a bit of a boo-boo there. 1 second. Right, next up, we've got Immolation with Atonement. This album fucking slays. If you know Immolation, this is just as solid as the rest of their discography. You won't be disappointed. Next up, we have Impending Doom with Baptized in Filth. Now this album, when I first heard it, I didn't think much of it. I thought it was quite boring in all honesty compared to the rest of their discography. But as time has progressed, this has definitely grown on me a lot. I think it's seriously heavy as fuck. Was it Murderer and Deceiver? Probably my favourite tracks on this one. But yeah, next one we've got on the list is Legion of the Damned with Ravenous Plague. Really solid death metal album with some seriously amazing artwork. Look at that man with the zombie crow. Look at that man. Excellent stuff. Really solid album. Check it out if you haven't already. Solid death metal. Some incredible black metal now. Marduk with Frontschwein. Really happy to finally own this album. If you haven't heard this album and you're into Marduk, give it a chance. It's fucking awesome. Excuse me. Next up, Memoriam with For the Fallen. A solid death metal release from 2017. From the remains of Benediction and Borthrower comes Memoriam, and it's a force to be reckoned with. It's heavy as fuck and just crushing. I absolutely love it. Next up, this one arrived this morning, funnily enough, and I'm really happy to finally own this. Another one for the Memphis Mayfire collection. We have Challenger. Now, this one, when I first heard it, this was the first album I checked out of Memphis Mayfire, and I don't know, it just didn't click with us, but over time, it's definitely grown on us. It's a solid album. I don't know which is my favourite track, but Slipcase, really happy to own that. Next up, a great black metal album. I think it's pronounced Magla. I don't know how it's pronounced, but this is Exercises in Futility. Really solid black metal album. I believe this is a 2015 release. I could be wrong. It just says recorded in spring of 2015. I don't know when it was put out, but really solid album. If you're into black metal, check it out. You probably have if you're into black metal. Anyway, next up we have Miss Me I at Heart. I'm really happy to finally own my favourite Miss Me I album, and I found this pretty cool. Obviously, as you can see, there's a bit of a cut in the artwork here, but it's so the disc, because it has different, if you can see, different hearts what you can select, which I think is a really, really cool idea. When I first saw that, I was like, wow, that's so cool, that. So yeah, but I mainly stick to the original heart, but really solid album. Check it out if you haven't already. Next up, people's going to unsubscribe, but I don't care. Nickelback, Dark Horse. I saw it for like 20 pence or something when I saw Eminem's Marshall Mathers LP2 in Cash Converter, so I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to buy it. So really happy about that, and I cannot wait for the new album. I think it's going to be solid as fuck. Anyway, next up, I think it's actually going to be a surprise release of 2016, 2017, sorry. but we'll see what happens. Next up, we've got one of my favourite black metal albums I've ever heard, and this is Nightbringer with Ego Dominus Cus, or Tus. Yeah, this album, what a album. If you're into black metal and you're into like Wyattxhim or fucking, what they called again? Well, just if you're into Wyattxhim, then definitely check out this album. It's solid as fuck. I cannot wait to pick up the new album. I think that one sounds even more solid, if you ask me. Well, not as, probably just as solid. But anyway, moving on. As you know, I got the shirt of this. I showcased it earlier. This is Ninkharsag with The Blood of Celestial Kings. I think that's what it is. Yeah, Blood of Celestial Kings. Really solid black metal from the UK, released on the Candlelight Records. If you haven't checked out this album, I urge you to do so. It's fucking solid. Next up, the new Northlane with Mesmer. The new Obituary, self-titled. I think this is way better than Inked in Blood. That was just terrible in my opinion. But yeah, a bit more solid release. Anyway, next up, Oceano with Revelation. One of the most heaviest releases of 2017. Seriously. The only thing I hate about this album is the fucking packaging. It's fucking shite. I fucking hate Digisleeves. It's so shit. Anyway, next up, finally on this, Ocean's 8 Alaska with Lost Isles. Solid post-hardcore album. I'll be seeing them, I believe, next month. I could be wrong, but I'll be seeing them with Napoleon, Castle City, Illusions UK, and I think it's Home Truths. Could be wrong, but yeah. Next up, the debut from Possession, Exorcus. That shit. But yeah, solid black and death metal album. If you haven't checked out this album, fucking go and do so. It's incredible. Next up, we got Purgatory with Necromantian. I think that's what it's pronounced as. Solid death metal album. Really happy to have that in my collection. Next up, got a couple of Rammstein albums for the collection. I decided to update it because I've been digging them a lot lately. I got Mutter. I think that's how it's pronounced. Mutter. And I also got Rise Rise. If you don't headbang their Rammstein's riffs, then there's something wrong with you. They're so goddamn good. Next up, I've reviewed this album. Check it out. Link down below. Repulsive Vision with Look Past the Gore and See the Art. What a album. This is so far my album of the year. I know I keep on saying it every time. Beheaded to Mortar Skull to Repulsive Vision. My album of the year just keeps on changing, but what can you do? But this is so far my album of the year, and it's been staying that way after the past couple of releases that I've checked out. This is incredible stuff. If you're into old school death metal, check this out. Next up, we have The Royal with 7. If you're into August Burns Red, definitely check these guys out. I'll just open it up. Really pretty digipack. Happy to own that. Next up, my girlfriend got us this for my birthday also. She got us Devil Wears Prada, Hate. And this one, she got us Slaughter Reveal with Misery Sermon. Solid album. I'm definitely going to be reviewing this at some point. Make sure you check it out if you haven't already. Next up, right. You would think, with me having a Slipknot tattoo, that I would have all the albums. But this one's been escaped from my collection for so long. Like, I think it's because my brother gave us his copy on, like, a kind of long-term lend years and years ago. And then one day he asked for it back and said, like, oh, I've been jamming, like, People Equal Shit lately on the drums. Do you mind if I have the CD back so I can listen to it again? And I was like, yeah, no bother. And that was a good couple of years back, but I've never managed to pick myself up a copy. And I was thinking the other day, like I was listening to Iowa, and I was thinking to myself, hey, fuck, I don't own that on CD. So I went on eBay straight away, bought the first copy I could. So now I finally have all their studio albums, and Iowa is definitely a classic in new metal, if you ask me. And oh wow, what a album! So happy to finally own it. Next up, excuse me. Me bro, Countblagorath, I managed to buy this CD off him, and I've been wanting to do it for so long, so sorry it took so long, but I'm finally glad to own it, and it took so long to get in the post, but both of us are so happy it finally arrived. Utstøtt with, I believe it's pronounced Urongavaga, I think that's how it's pronounced. very solid atmospheric black metal. If you're into atmospheric black metal, definitely check these guys out. What can I say? It's just incredible stuff. I think this may appear in a super metal recommendations because I think it's absolutely incredible. So check that out if you haven't already. And he also hooked us up with a little freebie. This is Extremely Rotten with Zombification of the Masses. I believe this is an EP or single, whatever you want to call it. Just 2 tracks, Zombification of the Masses and Feeding on Human Flesh. Really solid little single. I haven't listened to this in a long time, so I might give it a spin, but I remember it being sick as fuck, so really happy about that. So thanks, dude, really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to Countblagorath and go show him some love. Anyway, next up we've got 3 more for you. The first of the 3 is Vulvodynia with Cognizant Castration. I think that's how it's pronounced. But yeah, or Castigation. Castigation, yeah. Yeah, really solid album. I absolutely love this album, and I'm so happy to finally own a physical version of this. I remember them doing like a physical run, I think it was like a first press or second press or whatever, and it was going for like $50, and I was like, I'm fucking not paying that much. And then they put up this reissue with the instrumental disc as well, and I was like, yeah, I have to get that. So I'm really happy to finally own it. Very solid, brutal death metal, slamming brutal death metal mixed with a lot of deathcore influence, but check it out if you haven't already. Solid release. Next up, the new While She Sleeps, You Are We. I'm going to try and review this soon because this is an incredible, incredible album. If you haven't checked it out, then you need to. It's solid. Compared to the rest of While She Sleeps discography, it fits in perfectly. It's fucking solid. And the final one is a very sick black metal album, and this band's kind of grew on me since I heard this album. I'm talking about 1349, and this is Hellfire. What a album. Very dark, sinister stuff, and what more can I say? It's 1349 doing what they do best. So yeah, I'm going to take a quick drink. I need to sort out my camera and stop it from doing this shit. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed this updates and purchases. As I said before, there's a couple of updates coming in, updates and purchases 35, something new coming, and also I'll showcase me tattoos properly, and yeah, when they're not as scabby. So yeah, make sure you check out Brainsmasher, Life Eternal, and Metal Viking 82, links down below, and all the bands that I said I would mention, all the links will be down below, so make sure you check out those bands and those channels. So I'll see you until the next video, and remember, stay metal, and I'll see you later.